In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your lower ball joint on your Mazda 3. It's located behind your front wheel. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to take off our lug nuts. Make sure you hold on here. Make sure that wheel doesn't fall off on you. All right, using a 14mm socket, I'm going to take off the nut off this pinch bolt for the ball joint. I'm using some locking pliers to get this nut off. There we go. We're getting our bolt out. I freed it up. I'm just applying pressure and using some locking pliers on the other end to help pull it out. There we go. So after you get your pinch bolt out, you're going to want to separate out on the knuckle this little split here to allow the stud to come out. So you're going to use a cold chisel and just separate that out as much as you can. If it doesn't come out, after you've separated out this little split here, you're going to want to use one of these, and that's going to push it out like this. We're going to pull this knuckle away and jam a piece of wood in here so I can get to this without any interference. All right, so we're going to press our ball joint out. So you're going to need some ball joint press tools. And ours is set up, and the ball joint gets pushed out, down. All right, so once you get that out, you can remove your tools and the ball joint. Make sure you clean your area to get ready for the new ball joint. I'm using a wire brush to get the excess rust off. So this ball joint, you're going to take off your dust boot and you're going to feed it up into the control arm and just kind of get it started to figure out what combination of tools you're going to use to press it in. But you want it to go in straight, so. Just make sure it's going in straight, and then we'll press it in. So now we're going to press our ball joint in. We've set up our tool. We can back off our tool, check our work. Now we're going to install the snap ring using snap ring pliers. You're going to find that groove, put it right in there. I'm going to turn mine towards the interior, and then we're going to put our dust boot on. Make sure that there's grease there. Just press down on that, make sure it seats. You're going to need a pry bar, and you're going to lower that down. Put your knuckle over. I'm using a rubber mallet, and I'm hitting the arm, not the ball joint. I'll slide my pinch bolt through and get my nut started there. So when you're lining up your knuckle and your ball joint for the bolt to go through, make sure that you see this little, it's like a, you're going to see that it's not going to fit here or here. It's only going to fit if that groove is where it belongs for the bolt. So as you're wiggling your control arm up and down, make sure there's enough room for that bolt to go through. So if I had it up too high, the bolt's not going to fit because you can see that this piece is not lined up with the bolt. Now I'm going to snug things up, and then once we push this control arm up to ride height, we're going to torque everything. All right, let's remove our exhaust clamp. Get it out of our way. We know our bolts are all lined up. All right, we're going to snug this up. Once everything's snug, we're going to jack up the control arm to ride height. I'm going to use my rubber hockey puck here so I don't slip. If you have to do this at home, you can always put your exhaust clamp here to hold the pole jack from slipping, or if you're on the ground, you're going to want to put something to keep the jack stand from slipping as well. So you could use your exhaust clamp for that too. And this last one is 50 foot-pounds. You could lower your pole jack or whatever you're using. We're going to install our wheel now. I like to walk the wheel on. When you're tightening, make sure you go in a star-like pattern. We're going to torque our wheel to 85 foot-pounds in a star-like pattern. Now you're going to want to take your vehicle down to your local alignment shop to get it aligned.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. the only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.